For centuries, the Fremen, the native people of Arrakis, have lived under the brutal heel of the House Harkonnen. However, it seems times have now changed as the Emperor has ordered a transfer of power to House Atreides. However, Duke Leto Atreides has been sensing that this is all a move by the Emperor to solidify his own power by causing a war between him and House Harkonnen. Added to that, the Duke's son, Paul Atreides, has been receiving mysterious dreams about being on Arrakis and being with a girl named Chani. In fact, it all seems to lead to a destiny greater than even that of the House Atreides. However, there's even another prong to this battle in the form of the Bene Gesserit, a group of priestesses of whom Paul's mother is one. Both the Fremen and the Bene Gesserit each refer to Paul by a different name. However, they still believe him to be the one to play a great role in the altering changes of the galaxy that will soon have an effect on everything, including the spice melange, the most important substance in the entire universe. However, it seems that Paul is unwilling to accept his destiny, and it doesn't take too much longer for the Harkonnens to attack and drive Paul and his mother out into the desert, where it seems they'll soon be food for the sandworms. This is Dune! Part 1. Yes, Part 1. This is a multi-part epic, but they didn't even cover the first half of the first book, so I don't know how much they're trying to cover in all of this. I hope that wasn't too spoilery. I'll try not to get too spoilery, although if you're familiar with the works of Frank Herbert, you're probably familiar with how this story goes. So, again, I'll try to be as light as I can, but yeah, I do think they played the political intrigue better in this version of Dune. Like I said, I am not entirely familiar with the works of Frank Herbert. Most of that came from my brother, who even just recently admitted that he now finds Frank Herbert to be incredibly overrated. So, yeah. Also, you may have heard me flip. The film, they say it's House Harkonnen, but I have always heard it as House Harkonnen. So, yeah, you're going to hear some interchanging of those pronunciations. I apologize. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, this it seems pretty straightforward with the story as I've come to know it. However, there's a lot of establishing shots, a lot of panning shots, such stretch this out to a near 3-hour runtime, including trailers. So yeah, it is very padded out, and I'm not entirely sure if, again, it's the one problem I have with a lot of Denis Villeneuve stuff. It takes too long. You're doing things that take 5 minutes you could easily do in a minute and a half. And it's like, yes, it's really cool that we're seeing this big pan over of the spice mining citadel on Arrakis, but is it really necessary? Like, you could establish that in 2 or 3 shots and show how big and grand it is. You don't need to do it in 19 shots. But still, I think overall the performances are pretty well done. I like Oscar Isaacs as Duke Leto Atreides. I like Zendaya is not really in this much as Chani, so I can't say too much to her. Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides I think is good. He's definitely more age appropriate than the previous Atreides members we've gotten, so I do think that seems to have played out a little bit better. I would say in terms of, I know that a lot of the memeable stuff from Dune, that people think of was actually added by David Lynch because, yeah, the text to Dune is very dry and esoteric, so yeah, he was trying to punch it up a little bit with some of the hammier bits, and Villeneuve does try to do that too. There's a little more joke cracking in this one. Duncan Idaho, that's Jason Momoa's character, has some parts of, is definitely way more quippy than usual. I think because mainly it's Jason Momoa. The Harkonnens, or Harkonnens, or whatever it is I call them, they come across pretty well, I think. We don't get the quite gross over-the-top Baron Harkonenn just yet. We get him at just kind of the tail end. Again, without getting... I'm going to have to spoil a major point here, but yeah, the family doctor betrays the Duke and tries to kill him, but really he's rigging him with a suicide bomb of sorts. It's a tooth that triggers a poison gas, so yeah, and because the Harkonnens, or Harkonnens, sorry, again, you're going to hear me Anyway, they took his wife hostage and promised to free her if he betrayed them. And of course, they killed her and they kill him, but still. Still though, Duke Atreides triggers it, killing himself, and it looks like everyone else, but the Baron got his little force field thingy up in just enough time to not get a full exposure to the gas, and he's being healed as the film kind of proceeds, and he declares war to kill all the Fremen as well. In the Fremen, we don't get a lot of the Fremen in this either. We get some bits and pieces. We get Duncan, Idaho, kind of singing their praises and saying, yes, they seem to be a noble people who live in these underground cities, and we should try to respect them and form an alliance. Because the idea is, Duke Atreides Leto Atreides has been sensitive. Like I said, when they got the control of Arrakis, he realized, like, you're setting something up, because the Harkonnens are Harkonnen. Like I said, I'm going to keep mucking these pronunciations up. They keep saying they're not going to be happy about this, and they're going to plot to take over again. You're setting up war. I'm not liking this, and it's mainly because we know the Atreides have also been building a lot of power as well. So you're trying to squash either both these houses or just one through some sort of and form some sort of alliance to keep them under tow, to keep the winner under tow. So I'm going to try to enlist the Fremen to fight also alongside us, and hopefully we can topple the Empire, take things over ourselves, and use the spice melange, which the spice is to the Fremen a sort of hallucinogenic substance that they can use, that they believe they can use to achieve immortality, and it's also like the ultimate GPS, or not even GPS, CPS, I guess, cosmic positioning system, because it can form directions. It allows for interstellar travel because it can chart proper courses. Okay. And then again, added to all of this is also the Bene Gesserit, which is the priestess, as I've spoken about earlier, and they sense something in Paul, and I am not going to try it. I have tried. I think it's the Kwisatz Haderach that they believe Paul to be, and the Fremen believe him to be the Lisan El Galib. I apologize if I butcher them. I am not going to say those words again. I'm just going to say the chosen one. They believe that Paul's mother in particular believes him to be the chosen one. However, the High Priestess, who's played by Charlotte Rampling, says, well, maybe, but you're training them a little too hard, and you shouldn't be doing that because we're supposed to all be women anyway. And, there's like 15 other so-called chosen ones that could easily be that and not your son. So, yeah, like I said, I think the problem is they did a great job of getting the bare-bones story told. A lot of the extraneous stuff they didn't really handle too well. Like, you're setting things up, but then you probably should have shown more of that setup a little bit here and there if you're going to make this a part one. And, again, from what I've heard, I don't know if they've even started filming part two yet. Yeah, like, you're really gambling on this thing being huge, and I don't think Dune's really popular enough to do that. Like, this film is not bad in the strictest sense of the term. It's not great, though. Again, if you're a big Frank Herbert fan, you're thinking this is going to be the definitive Dune adaptation, again, you're probably going to be disappointed. I don't see it, it's not going to win over the general populace. I don't know. Again, diehard fans might really like this, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to really put it over the top, and I don't know if we're ever going to get this story completed. Like I said, overall, the performances are fine, the effects are great, there's good cinematography. Heck, I even like Hans Zimmer's score in this, and I know that's a polarizing statement to make, that people like that someone might like Hans Zimmer, but still, I think those all work really well. They're not well enough. I don't know if I could go full into... I think giving this a C would be a little too low, but I don't see it going too much higher, so I'm going to give this a B-. I think that's probably the best I can give this. B-, just, again, could have been better. I wish it had done a little more telling a lot of the... and setting up a lot more of the supporting characters and focusing less on pretty establishing shots, because while they are pretty, they're on too long.
I'll take the Dune buggy and I'll ride to the clubhouse. There's a gear right here and you pull it back and it goes backwards and forward and it goes pretty fast. Well, there's a really loud horn.
Comes complete with ever-ready battery and recharger, and there's a 1970 economy model without horn and trim. Dune Buggy by Kenner.
Okay, trailer time, and well, you'd think it would be starting to get some new trailers again, but once more, not really. I guess we got two new trailers this time, as opposed to one. The first one we got, again, was Antlers. Then we got our first new trailer, which was Christmas with the Walters, which just looks to be one of those, someone's throwing the big holiday get-together and all the wacky family members are coming and there's all these wacky shenanigans that break out. It looked fine. There's a lot of decent character actors in it. Chris Elliott is an OBGYN because the main woman throwing this party is pregnant. So, I mean, that looked kind of interesting. I guess there's that kind of aspect to it. And after that we had Spider-Man No Way Home, The Eternals, and then Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then our last trailer, which was The Matrix Resurrections. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Matrix Resurrections. I know I'm a real rarity in this. I have not been as big into the Matrix films as a lot of other people. I've come to appreciate, especially the first one, a little bit more as time's gone on, but I did not see them as the genre-defying science fiction epics that everyone else saw them as. It was okay, I didn't think of it as great. Like I said, a lot of further film study and a lot of research and stuff like that into what they were, more of the theories involved in it. I've learned to appreciate it more, but I don't see it as this grand epoch, okay? Still, it looks pretty interesting. I do have to wonder how they're working this, because it just looks like they're at least ignoring the third movie, but you never know. So, yeah. The next video is going to be the random trade review on Vision and the Scarlet Witch. The next movie review is not going to be until November, and that's obviously going to be Eternals. And then the next movie review after that will be Encanto, at least of a theatrically released film. I do need to try to save money as we get to the holidays here, so sorry if we're not getting a lot, if you're not getting a, anyway, if you're not getting a lot of reviews here, but yeah, remember I don't have my AMC Stubs membership anymore, so I can't just be doing these weekly, hint hint, Patreon, hint hint. Anyway, yeah, but I will be reviewing Season 2 of Animaniacs. Like I said, that's going to be kind of in between the two theatrical reviews as well. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help support my channel at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions, where you can help request a movie, even if it's something like, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or the next Purge film. I'll review it.